Nobody remember or what?
Ma'am, about chord operations.
JWT, no.
Chord operations and starting with JWT.
Okay. So we have discussed about the JSON Web Token. Along with that, we have also performed some CRUD operations, isn't it? So today, we are going to develop some APIs through which we are going to create JWTs in order to create a register function and a login function, right? So let me share my screen as at the very first place. Yeah. So I guess the screen is visible to all.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
good.
Yes, ma'am.
So this was what my user.js model, right? So inside this model, I am going to write a function, and I will write user schema. You people are getting it, right? Where am I taking the user schema from? From the above schema that I have prepared inside the models, right? And here I'm going to mention a method, that is the pre method. And why am I going to mention this? I'm mentioning this method because inside this I will write save. So what this means is, before saving the data in this schema, I want to perform something, right? So from the name of the method only, that is pre, we can infer that we are going to perform certain task before saving the data. And what is that task? So here, in order to perform a task, I am going to create an asynchronous function. It is async and then function. Here, what parameter I am going to take? Here I will take the next. And in the previous class only, I have told you people about the next method. So what does it do? It passes the control from one middleware to another middleware in the chain, without which the pre method will not execute, and the function that we are going to mention before saving this data is not going to execute. All right. So here I'm going to mention a condition using the if statement. And here the condition is this dot, here I will use is modified method. All right. And inside this, I will write password. And if the password is not modified, then I will return the next method, which means what? If the user does not provide any password, then it will move on to another line that I'm going to write after this. So here I'm going to create a variable whose name is salt is equal to, here I will write await, and then I will use a library, and the name of that is bcrypt. So in order to use this, the first thing that you people have to do is install bcrypt with the help of npm install bcrypt.js. So as you people can see, I have already installed it and I have imported it. So what do you have to do? You just have to write the command npm install bcrypt.js and store it inside the variable. Okay.
Hello. Ma'am, your voice is very sound low, ma'am. Didn't hear.
Is it? Okay.
It's audible.
Bro, actually your network problem, bro.
Just
No, ma'am,
a
there
second.
is no problem with your voice.
So
And
rest of the
please,
others,
Zoom
please try to fix your network. Because
And
others
ma'am,
are
I'm sorry.
hearing it clearly.
Please zoom a bit of code because it's very difficult for me to see. Please zoom the window.
Is it perfect now?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Better.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So here we are using the bcrypt library, and from this library I am going to use a method, and the name of the method is gensalt. And now the question arises, why do we actually require this gensalt method? So one more thing to be the information, right? What is the information? So whenever our password gets created, like if you try to provide some weak password to any website, say for example, you are entering into the website, and when the website is asking you for your password, then you are entering 1234. All right. At times, you may come across a message that please enter a strong password. You come across that thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what happens at that time? At that moment, whenever you enter a weak password, the password gets encrypted, right? And when it reaches to the server, the password gets decrypted. So what happens? If someone wants to take your password, right, without you even knowing about that, which directly means that if someone wants to create an attack on that particular website in order to take your password, so what happens? That particular thing is known as rainbow table attack. Now, what is the rainbow table attack? So whichever password you are creating gets encrypted in a same format. Say, for example, you have provided the password 1234, and your friend also has provided the password 1234. All right. On the other side, what the hacker is doing? The hacker is trying to decrypt the password. Once the hacker decrypts it, he will get to know what the exact password is. And similarly, if someone else tries to enter the same password, then the password is already present with the hacker at the other side, isn't it? So, what have the developers come up with? The developers come up with this salt value. Along with the encryption, we are going to provide the salt value. All right. And how are we going to use this salt value in order to encrypt our password? There is a slight difference between encryption and hashing. And then I'm going to tell you people about what is the difference about encryption and hashing. So for that, till now, we have created our salt value, that is 10. And what we have done, we have stored it inside the salt variable. Now, I will write this dot password is equal to await, and then decrypt dot, we are going to use the hash method in order to hash our password. So for that, I will provide this dot password. Along with that, as I have said, we will provide the salt value, which is stored inside the salt variable. And then in order to pass the control to the next middleware, we are going to write the next method. Now coming on to what is the difference between hashing and encryption. See, encryption is reversible. And what do we mean by reversible? Whenever we provide a password that gets encrypted into a certain form, and when it reaches to the server, it gets decrypted, right? So that is what happens in encryption and decryption. But once you hash the password, that is not going to be reversed once you have the key. All right. Assume this hashing as a lock, and you need to have a key in order to open this lock or in order to get the actual password which has been hashed. Got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubt with anyone?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, a small doubt.
can you explain once again
Yeah.
about hash
No, ma'am.
method?
No, right.
Ma'am, you mentioned that the gen salt and the value 10. So what is the value 10?
See, the value varies from around 5 to 15, right? So the value may, the range may vary, but this thing you have to keep in mind that the higher your value is going to be, the much stronger your password is going to get hashed.
Yeah, okay.
So in order to create a salt value, you need to use the gen salt method. And where is the gen salt method present? Inside the bcrypt.js library. Understood till this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. About hash method.
Do you have any issue in the hash method? Do I need to explain it again? The hash method?
No, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, see. Inside the hash method, we have provided two parameters. That is the password, and second one is the salt value. Password is the same password that the user is providing. Say for example, you are providing your name with @ and then underscore, then 1234. All right. So it will take that password, and along with that, it is going to add the salt value. And then using certain algorithms which are present inside the built-in method, that is the hash method, right? hash is the built-in method of which library? The bcrypt.js library, right? So using the hashing algorithm, it is going to hash the password which is provided by the user. Along with that, it is also going to add the salt value. Did you get it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And one more thing that I have to do. Say, for example, you have provided security at your house, right? And you have assigned one person a task to provide the access to only those people to enter the house who are the members of the house, right? So what you will do, you will provide that person a list of those members who are actually the members of the house, right? And when someone else who is not the member of the house will try to enter inside that, what will the security person do? He will check from the list whether the name of that person who is trying to hello.
Yes, ma'am. Security will check whether the name is there or not, like that.
Yeah, the security will check whether the name is present inside the list. So somewhat that kind is also being provided over here. So here what we are doing, if someone is trying to enter inside the website, then what we are going to do, we are going to match the credentials. And what are the credentials? The email ID and the password. And how are we going to check that? At first, during the time of registration, we will take the user's username, email ID, password, right? And then what we are going to do, we are going to save it in our database, that is the Mongoose database. And in the previous class only, we have seen the method that we use to save the data. Which method is that? Which method do we use in order to save the data in MongoDB?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is correct.
Ma'am, can you repeat
I
the
said
question?
which method do we use in order to save the data in our MongoDB? Creating a new data.
Ma'am, your voice now also breaking, ma'am.
Just a second. Am I properly audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Audible.
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So I was asking, which method do we use in order to save the newly created data in our MongoDB? Which method do we use?
Dot save method.
Okay, I hope you didn't copy it from somewhere. All right. So then we will save that data
Yes.
in our MongoDB. And then during the time of login, when the user will try. Okay, you people can switch your mics off. Okay, all right. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create a function in order to match our passwords. Am I properly audible this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here I will write user schema dot, since I'm declaring a method, for that I'm going to write methods dot, and then I will provide the name of my method, that is match passwords, is equal to an asynchronous function. And here I am going to take entered as a parameter. And why I have taken this, I will tell you once I start writing the function. So here what it will return? It will return a method with bcrypt dot compare method. And this compare method will have two parameters. And what are the parameters? First parameter is going to be the password which the user is providing during the time of login, right? And the next parameter is going to be that password which is already existing in the database, right? So there are two parameters. So at the very first place, we have to write the existing password in our database. And in the second place, we will write the password which is being provided by the user during the time of login. All right. After that, we will write module dot exports is equal to mongoose dot model. So whenever I have to use this user schema, I will use the user. And then I will mention the schema which I want to access using the user. So here I will write user schema. That's it. Now I will save this. So till now, which two functions we have created? We have created the function to hash the password, and along with that, we have created a function to compare the password. Now we have to use it as well, right? So what we have to do, we will go to our auth controller.js. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, audible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So here I will go to my auth controller. And what do I have to do in order to use those two methods? I have exported them, right? So in this file, I have to import them. Why are you people not responding me back? Hello.
Ma'am, voice is not audible. Voice is not audible.
Yes, ma'am. Tell me.
Okay, so those to whom I am not properly audible, please check your internet connectivity. All right. So here, what I will do, before writing the code for registration, one more thing that I have to do. So we were discussing about the JWT token in the previous class, isn't it? We have discussed about the token, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now we are going to generate a token. And what are the parts of a JWT token that I have mentioned in the previous class?
Header,
How many part does a JWT token has?
Ma'am, 3 parts.
And what are they?
Header, payload, signature.
Okay, great.
Ma'am,
So here, what I will do is, all right, great. Here I will write const, a variable JWT, and then I will import the JSON Web Token. All right. Why am I importing the JSON Web Token? Because I have mentioned two methods in the previous class. Does anyone remember? Regarding the JWT, two methods I have mentioned. One, tell me fast. What were the two methods?
Secret
Which
key.
method do we use?
JWT.verify and JWT.sign.
Great. The sign function and the verify function. So here what I will do, I will create a function that is const, and the name of the function is say generate token. All right. And here I will take user as the parameter to a arrow function. Inside this, I will write return using the JWT.sign method. What I will pass inside this method? I will provide the ID. So it will take the user dot underscore ID. So this one is what? The header, payload, or the signature? Which one is this? It contains the user data, right? The ID of the user. Along with that, it is also containing the role of the user. So which part of JWT contain the user's data? Header, payload, or signature? Which part?
Payload, ma'am.
Use.
Payload, right?
Payload.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Payload, ma'am.
After that, it will take the secret key. Process.env. And where is my secret key? Inside the .env file. And here, I will provide the secret key. Anything like JWT secret 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These three things, right? So this is my secret key. So here I will go and then I will write dot JWT underscore secret. That's what the name is, I guess. Yeah, JWT secret. After that, I have to provide the time duration in which it will get expired. So here I will write expire set. And then I will provide the time. So it is also provided inside the .env file. So for that, I will write process.env.jwt underscore expires in. Or else if it is not going to take the value, then we can also manually provide it as 7 days. Okay. And I am going to use this generate token inside my auth controller. So for that, I have to export it. So for that, I will write module.exports is equal to the name of the function, that is generate token. That's it. Now I will save this file. After creating the function, I will move to my auth controller.js. And this file will contain two methods. First one is the register function and second one is the login function. So inside the register function, what I have to do? At first, I have to use the generate token inside this, right? So for in order to use that function, what do I have to do?
Import first we contain the register page, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to import the generate token function inside this auth controller.js. So here I will use, at first I will take const user. Why am I taking the user variable? Because inside this variable only, I am going to store my user schema. So for that, I will write require from the models. I will take the user. All right. After the user, I will create one more variable, that is const generate token is equal to, in order to import it, mention the path. That one is the, what is the folder name? Yeah, utils. From the utils, generate token. All right. After that, I will write the name of the function with the help of exports.register. Again, an asynchronous function which will have request and response as the parameters. After that, tell me, what is the first thing that I have to do in order to register to the page? What is the thing that we have to do? What do we provide?
Ma'am, we
Mail,
should structure the mail the password from the body.
password.
Okay, so you mean whichever data is provided inside the whichever data is mentioned inside this user schema, we have to provide all those data in order to register ourselves, right? We have to provide our name, our email, our password, and the role. And what are the values for the role should be?
User, manager,
Which
and
value?
admin.
Okay, great. So here I will go to my auth controller.js. Inside this, I will create variables at first, and those variables are name to store our name, email to store our email,
Password.
password, and role.
Role.
These are the variables inside which the values are going to be stored. And how to take the data? The data should be taken with the help of request.body. All right. And here I will place a condition. Here I will write if inside this I will okay. So after that I will mention a try catch block. All right. Inside the try block I will write const exists. Okay. And here what will I check? Whether the email which is being provided by the user during the time of registration is already existing in our database, right? I will check that at first. Why? Because if the email is already present in my database, then I will ask the user to directly log in. Instead of registering himself again, I will ask the user to log in. For that purpose only, okay. Say for example, I want to search something read something in my database. What is the method that we have done in the previous class in order to read the data? Which method did we use?
Put math.
We were okay. We were providing the get method to read something. Which
Yes.
actual built-in method did we use?
Product.
Madam, the find one.
Yeah, we used the find method, right? So for that, I will write await, and then the name of the schema, that is user dot. So here we are going to write, instead of find, we will use the find one method. And inside the find one method, what is the thing that I have to see is existing inside my database? I will see if the email of the user is already existing in my database. All right. After that, I will check the condition. Inside this, I will provide exists. Okay, which means if the email is already existing in my database, then what it will return? It will return with a status code, and this status code will provide 400. Okay, along with that, it is also going to provide message in a JSON format, and this message will say email already existing, right? So this will happen if if the email is already existing in the database. And what if the email is not existing in the database? Then what will happen? I will create a variable user is equal to, I will write await and then user. So what is the method that we use in order to create a new data? We have done it in CRUD operations. Answer me fast. Which is the method?
Create.
Great. We need the create method. So I will write user dot create. And inside this, I am going to pass all the variables inside which I have stored my data. So what are those variables? Those are the name, then the email. After that,
Password.
it will take, it will take the password, and then it will take the role. All right. Let's see. Okay, it should be await. Okay. So now we have provided all the data to the server, and we have stored it inside which variable? Which variable inside which variable did we store these data?
User.
User, right? So just tell me one thing. If I want to create a token which is containing the user's ID and role, right? The token
Yes,
is
ma'am.
containing the user's data that we have seen. So what should I write so that the token is going to get the user's data? Which variable do I have to pass? Okay, which variable is containing the user's data?
User dot role.
Okay, so the user variable is containing the user's data, isn't it? So what I am going to do is I will write token. This one is the variable to which I will assign the generate token method, and inside this method I am going to assign the user variable. Why? Because this user variable is containing the user's data, and from the user's data only the token is going to get the user's role and use it in order to generate the token. Got it till this part, or any doubt is there with you people? Is there any doubt?
Yeah. No, clear, ma'am.
Okay. So now, till now, we have generated the token. So what will happen? Once the user registers himself, then what will happen? It is going to get a response. And in the response, it will get a status of, what is the success status?
200.
Okay. So here I will write 201 with message in a JSON format. And inside the JSON format, I am going to provide two things. First one is the user, which will contain ID. This one is going to be the user dot ID. Okay. After that, it will also provide the name. So for that, I will provide user dot name. And then it will provide the email and role. So I will copy it. And instead of name, I will write email. Followed by the role. So these are the things that the user is going to get in the response. And along with the ID, name, email, and role, the user will also get the token which has got generated. Okay. So this part is for the success inside the try block, right? And if any error occurs over here, then it is going to respond with a status code of 500 with a JSON message. Here it will say server error. After that, it will provide us the actual error. That's it. So these things I had in my register method, like the register function. Okay. And now, what is the next function that I have to create? I have to create the login method. Just a second. Yeah. So this time we are going to create the login function. So for that, what do we have to do? We will create exports.login. I will write exports dot login. To this, I will assign again an asynchronous function which will take request and response. And now just tell me here, if I want to log in, do I need to provide the entire data again along with the name, email, password and role?
No, ma'am. Only mail and password only.
No.
Great. So here, okay, great. So here what I will do, I will write const and then I will ask the user for the email and the user's password is equal to, I will write request dot body. Tell me one thing, inside the login method, which functions that I have already created inside the inside that file where I have written the schema. I have also mentioned some method over there. Do you people remember? We have created some methods previously. You remember inside the user.js file below the schema? In
That
order to
we
match the password.
compare
Yeah.
or something like
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Decrypt.
Yeah. So those methods, So those methods we have to use inside the login function. Okay. So here I will write a try catch block. Inside the try block, I will search for the email which is already existing. Because what do I have to do during the time of login? I have to check the credentials. Because if the credentials are already existing in the database, then only I will be able to compare them, isn't it? So for that, I will write user is equal to await user dot find one. Inside this, I will place the email in order to find the email which is provided by the user. And then the same thing. Here, from this I will take I will copy it. Yeah. Then I will paste it over here. So instead of exists, I will provide if the email does not exist. So for that I will write if not user. Then respond with a status of, we can write 401 as well. Inside the JSON as a message in the JSON format, it will provide invalid credentials. So this message will be provided for the email. And how to check if the password is not matching? So for that, we will use our already written method. Which method did we write in order to check the password?
Compare.
Okay, we use the compare, that is the built-in method. And we have also defined the user-defined method, which we have defined. What is the name of that method? Just check and see.
Has password.
It one is the match password. So here I will go to my auth controller.js and then here I will write const is match is equal to, here I will write await followed by the user dot match password. Inside this, I will pass the password which is provided by the user. So after matching the password, we will place one more condition. And what is that condition? The same thing that we have written over here. And if the password does not match, that is if not is match, then return invalid credential. After that, what will happen? A JWT token again will get generated. For that, I will write const token is equal to use the generate token method. Inside this, pass the user. And after creating the token, respond the user in a JSON format, providing him these data. So for the user, it will take the same data. Yeah, these things. Alright, we have done till this part. And if any error occurs, provide the same message. That's it. Then save it. So now we have completed our register and login. After that, I will move to my user controller.js. In this file, we are going to write one more function. And why are we going to write that function? We will just see over here. So here what I will do, I will import user again is equal to require, and here I will pass the file path. From the models, I am going to import the user schema. And then I will write a method that is exports dot, the name of my method is get profile. This one is an asynchronous function, again with an request and response as a parameter. And here it will respond the user in a JSON format. Request dot user. Okay. Now here we will only allow the admin, okay, in order to access certain routes. All right. So for that, I will create one more function, that is exports dot list users is equal to, here I will write async request and response. After that, begin a try catch block, and here create a variable const users is equal to, here I will write await user dot, here I will mention the find method. Okay, and then I will again use the select method in order to select the password. So for that I will write password. Okay, after that, so can anyone tell me why am I selecting the password?
Your password. Sending to the phone. Ma'am, did it?
Okay, so here I will select the password. After that, what I will do? Anyone? Any idea? Okay, so here I will respond to the JSON. Yeah, so here I will write users. All right, and after that, if any error occurs, then it will respond with a status code of 500 with message in a JSON format. Server error. That's it. And now we are going to declare the routes for the yeah, we have done this for the register and login. And for the projects also, we have made the routes. And for the user, I'm going to make the route now. So here inside the user, I will import what things? That same two functions that I have placed inside the user controller just now. That is the get profile and list users. So inside the routes, I will go to the users.js, and here I will write const express is equal to require express. Okay. After that, which middleware do we use in order to provide the route? Which express middleware?
Router.
Great. So for that, I will create one more variable to store the router. That is the router itself. It's express dot router. All right. After this, we will import the get profile and list users, and we will save them inside the variables. That is get profile, comma list users. Is equal to require so here I have provided the controllers and then the user controller. Okay. After that, one more thing that I have to provide. See, in the middleware, I have provided the role in the previous class. That is what we are doing. We are checking if the role is admin, right? And along with that, we have to provide one more middleware for the authentication. And what is that middleware? We are going to write some more functions for the auth middleware. Okay. All right. So here, what are the middlewares? See, in a company, if I want to, like say for example, if I'm admin and I want to see what is the analysis for the 1 month, and what are the analysis? The number of production that my company has made, and I don't want anyone else to see those analytics, right? So what do I have to do? I have to protect the route through which different people of the company are able to access all the routes and get the analytics. So how am I going to protect that particular route? I will create a function whose name is protect. Okay, so for that, what do I have to do? I will import the JSON web token again. So for that, I will write require JSON web token. And after that, I will import the user schema again. Can anyone tell me why am I importing the user schema? The reason behind importing it?
Checking for role.
Exactly. The role is present inside my user schema. So in order to check the role, I have to take the user schema as well. So here I will write user, and then using the require method, I will provide the path, that is models, and then the user. After that, I will write const protect is equal to an asynchronous function, a request response, and next. Do I need to explain the next again?
No, ma'am.
Do I need to explain next? Okay. So here I will initialize the value of the token variable with null, which means what? The token, the variable token is having nothing inside. It's storing nothing as of now. So here I will place a condition, that is if request dot headers dot authorization, and then I will place the AND operator, and then I will place again, that is the, we'll copy it, dot, I will provide starts with. Inside this, I'm going to write bearer. So are you being able to understand what am I actually checking over here? Any idea?
At the total.
I think we are checking the bearer token here.
That means we are checking if the token which has got generated contains the prefix bearer that I have already explained in the previous class. That is, whenever the token is generated, it always contains the prefix bearer, and then after fetching the token, what do? We split the token into two parts. That is, the bearer is the first part and token is the second part, right? And where do we store it? We store it inside the array. And now you have to tell me, in the first index of the array, that is at index 0, which one gets stored? The bearer or the token? In the 0th index of the array, which one gets stored? I have
Token.
explained it in the previous class. No.
Bearer.
Okay, if not the token, then bearer is for sure. All right. Okay. So we are checking if if it is containing bearer. After that, if the condition is true, then what will happen? It will take token, that is the same variable which was initially having null. Now, what we will assign to that? We will assign request dot headers dot authorization dot split. And why are we using the split? In order to split bearer from token. And after that, in order to take the token, we will use the first index, right? That is index number 1, not the first index. Okay, in order to remove your confusion, this one is the array, it is the bearer, and then it is the token. Say, for example, this one is your token. So this one is my 0th index, this one is my first index. So in order to take the token, what we will write? We will write 1 inside the array. Got it till this part, or are there any doubt? Is there any doubt? Hello?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Okay.
the token setting is only possible in header, or that is possible in the cookies also?
It is possible for the header.
Which is the best practice to do storing in the header or in the cookie?
The headers only. Okay.
Okay,
So
for
after that,
security
we will
purpose.
place, we will place one more condition. That is, if the token is not present, what will happen? It will return us with a status code. It is return a response with a status code 401 with a JSON message not authorized, and then token is missing. Then we will start our try catch block. Inside the try block, I will write const decoded is equal to, now comes the another method of JWT. So now previously we have used the sign method. So now which method are we going to use in order to check whether the token is the same token which is having the JWT secret key provided by the user?
Verify method.
Yeah. So for that, we will use JWT.verify. And inside the verify method, I have already told in the previous class, there are going to be two parameters. So in the first parameter, we will provide the token which is provided by the user, right? After it got generated. And then which one is used in order to verify?
Verify parameter, no?
secret key.
Yeah, secret key. So that is the virtual signature, right? That is why we use the JWT secret key to check whether the token is actually containing the secret key. So for that, we will write process dot env dot JWT secret. After that, I will write const user is equal to await user dot find by ID, and then I will provide decoded dot ID, and then I will select the password. And then after that, we will place one more condition. That is, if the user is false, right? So what will happen? It is going to return with a response of status code. Should be status, yeah. 401 with a JSON message and this will say user not found. And then we will write request dot user is equal to user followed by the next method. And if any error occurs, then it will return response with a status code of 401. And then a JSON message. Not authorized. And then the token is failed. Then I will write module dot exports is equal to the name of the function, that is protect. That's it. We'll save it. Now moving to our route. That is my user route. So now we have created our protect method. Inside the user route, what I will do, I will mention some routes in order to access whichever is present, whichever function is present inside my user controller.js. So for that, I will write const. At first, I will take the protect method is equal to require. In which file is it present? In the middleware. Auth middleware, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, we are also going to take another middleware, that is authorize. And this one is present in my authorize middleware. Middleware and then role. That's it. Now defining the routes. For that, I will write router dot get method. The API endpoint is going to be me. And I want to protect the route. So for that, I will write protect. And then I will write get profile. After that, I will also provide the router get method, and this one is going to be the empty endpoint. And then I will protect this one also. And I will only let the admin access this route. So for that, I will provide the authorize. Inside this, I will mention the role as admin. And then I will provide the list users method, so that only the admin can have access to this list users. Understood, or are there any doubt? Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Now I will export the router, and then I will save it. So till now, what are the things that we have done? We have connected to the MongoDB. We have created different functions for different features. That is the register and login with the help of JWT token, isn't it? After that, we have also performed the CRUD operations. Along with that, we have provided some user features in order to get the profile and list the users. After that, these are the middlewares that we have created in order to protect our route. Okay. Along with that, we have also implemented the role-based access control in order to only allow the admin to access certain routes. Wherever we are going to mention this authorize function, it will provide only the admin to access that particular route. And these are nothing but the models. This one is the project model, and this one is the user model. And then it is also having a couple of methods in order to save the password by hashing it. All right. And after that, the password will be compared. So for that, we are using the bcrypt.compare method as the built-in method, and then we will this method is stored inside the user-defined method, that is the match password. Now moving to the routes. This is for my authentication. This one is for my CRUD operation, and this one is for the users, and this one is the generate token process. How is the token is actually getting generated? Now moving to the server.js. And in order to access those routes in my server.js, what do I have to do? I have to import the routes, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here what I will do, I will import. Yeah. Here I will write const auth routes is equal to require from the routes. Okay. Yeah. From the routes, I will take the auth. And then similarly, I will create two more variables for, first one is for the user routes is equal to require routes and then users. And then again, I will provide const project routes is equal to, I will take require and then the projects. That's it. Okay, after that, we have connected it. Now we are going to declare the, we are going to use the API endpoint. And how to use the API endpoint in order to access these routes? For that, we will use app.use and the API endpoint that I will use in order to access the auth routes. Here I will write API and then auth. Here I will write auth routes, which means what? Whenever I will write this API auth, at that moment, whichever route is present inside my auth routes, I will be able to access them. Okay. And then similarly, I will write app.use. Inside this, I will write API and then users. And which routes am I going to use using these endpoints? User routes, right?
User routes, ma'am.
Okay, great. User routes. After that, finally, I will write app.use API followed by the projects. And then the project routes. And then we will save it. So any doubt till here? The code that we have written.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So in the next class, we are going to test all the APIs that we have created for the CRUD operation, for the login and register, and how to protect the routes that we will also see by testing our APIs. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Great. So if there are no any
Yes.
doubts, then you people can leave the meeting now.